Our article is about energy metabolism in neurodevelopment, in healthy physiological conditions, but also in neurodevelopmental disorders. The brain is the most energy-consuming organ in the body, and this is particularly true during neurodevelopment, where energy consumption is 2 times higher than in the adult. And it is not only the quantity of energy utilized, but the metabolites that are utilized that are changing over time. This is a really dynamic process. So, whereas in the neonatal brain, ketone bodies and lactate are used in a higher rate compared to glucose and compared to other stages during neurodevelopment. In the fetal brain, lactate and other monocarboxylase are used even 3-fold more than in the neonatal period. So as the child grows up and beyond the neonatal period, glucose arises, the consumption of glucose arises, whereas ketone bodies and lactate decreases.
So regarding disease, energy dysfunction underlies in many neurodevelopmental disorders, such as autism spectrum disorders or epileptic encephalopathies. But interestingly, it's also involved in other genetic conditions in which, while it's not the primary cause of the disease, it may be playing a really important role. That's the case, for example, of Down syndrome, Fragile X syndrome, or Rett syndrome. Now, what does this imply? Well, if we have a common pathway of the disease, we have a common target for the disease, which results in a more transversal therapeutic strategy common for all these disorders. The best example for that is ketogenic diet, that attempts to restore green energy metabolism by fooling the brain substrates different from glucose. But moreover, we have different examples as in which the study of energy dysfunction has resulted in interesting preclinical results, as could be the stimulation of the mitochondrial serotonin receptor, or even the potential repurpose of metformin, a long-time used drug in the management of diabetes that could be now useful for the management of Rett syndrome.
Energy metabolism in the neurodevelopmental brain has been really poorly addressed, poorly explored and investigated compared to this field in adults, in aging, in neurodegenerative disorders. So there is still a universe to be explored. This is really difficult to study metabolism in the brain because it is a very active process that is changing very rapidly. It's very dynamic, and we need tools that allow us to understand the precise moment where a molecule is acting, is behaving in a particular neuron, in a particular neuroanatomical area. So we will need advanced metabolomic brain image linked to analysis of metabolites and many other tools in the future in order to have a better idea and a better knowledge about brain energy during neurodevelopment, and in particular because this can be used to treat these neurodevelopmental disorders. Energy modulation of the brain can be a therapeutic target.